Welcome to C-Suite Sherpas, where we shine a spotlight on business experts and resources that you should know. I'm your host, Ron Partridge, and I'm excited to have Lenny Gray as our guest today. Lenny, welcome.
Thanks, Ron. Good to be here.
All right, let's dive in. Lenny is CEO of D2D Millionaire. D2D Millionaire provides direct sales training that teaches anybody who touches the sales process in your organization how to improve their salesmanship. We're going to find out exactly what that means here. So, you ready to jump in, Lenny?
I'm ready.
All right. Can you give us a snapshot of what your business is and the major outcomes you get for your clients?
Yeah. So D2D stands for door to door, right? Door to door was where I started in college as a starving college student trying to pay for tuition and everything else. So I did door to door sales in the summer. I sold pest control at the time. And so what I did is over the years, I've developed, this is 27, 28 years ago when I started, but I've developed a system for not just selling door to door, but if your company goes business to business, or even if your inbound sales team just needs some kind of a system that is effective, that's proven to generate more business, to close more deals. That's what I've done. And I've done it in a way that is with integrity. And that's what I pride myself on, and that's why I've written books about door-to-door sales, is we do it the right way. We teach reps how to sell a lot of accounts, but they do it with integrity. And so that's essentially what I do, is I help business owners build successful door-to-door programs and help sales reps to sell a lot of accounts and do it with integrity-based sales principles.
Now, you've written 4 books, correct? What are the titles?
Yeah, so Door to Door Millionaire is my first one. That was released back in, I think, 2012, 2013. I wrote more Door to Door Millionaire. That was a COVID book for me, had a little extra time on my hands, so I think that was released in 2021. And then most recently, just last year in 2024, I wrote 2 door-to-door sales books specifically for the pest control industry. So it's door-to-door pest control sales, 77 minutes, learn exactly what to say, and then door-to-door pest control sales, 42 minutes of techniques to make millions. So those are the 4
Oh,
books. Most of my clients are in the home services industry. And so whether it's pest, lawn care, window washing, roofing, gutters, garage doors, carpet cleaning, pool service, you name it, I think there's 33 different home service verticals that I've coached over the years. But I also have gone into the fintech industry, the insurance industry, kind of more B2B type of industries as well. So mostly home services, but it's all across the board.
so what sets your business apart from, or your approach apart from other people that kind of do the same thing?
So I think what I've developed is a system that has been through knocking and talking to hundreds of thousands of people, where it's actually a process. Most people in sales, if their people aren't producing what they want, a typical response of a sales leader or a manager would be, well, just work harder, or just go talk to more people. And even though that's part of the equation most of the time, to really find out where a sales rep in their sales process is breaking down and where there's that kink in the hose, or those kinks in the hose where they can improve, that's what I've identified. It's a system from the minute somebody answers the door, or you pick up the phone, for a sales call by the phone versus the doors, or going into a place of business, until you're walking away with a signed service agreement, and how to make sure you know exactly what to say, when to say it, and how to say it.
As a former executive, I had sales and marketing on my teams for a lot of years. One of the things that I struggle with is we could train them, but the reps really getting that training and applying it. Are there any ways that you have that to really make it effective in putting these things into practice?
Yeah, and I think that's what the magic of it is, Ron, is that it's not anything that, you get some people that are maybe the top performers and nobody can replicate or duplicate what they do. It's like they were born to sell and they're just amazing and everybody looks up to them, but nobody can really do what they do. I feel like I wasn't born to be a salesman. Now, it took me years, decades to really fine tune this system that I believe can be taught to anybody, that if they just put it into practice, and you know exactly, again, what to say, when to say it, how to say it, if you can put that into practice, it works for everybody. It's worked for tens of thousands of sales reps that I've coached over the years. So it'll work versus more theoretical stuff, or like a lot of the rah stuff. This is like the basic grassroots of selling. Door to door sales, I always said, is like the armpit of all sales. If you can do door to door, you can sell anything. That's where I learned this process is really at that grassroots level where it's tough to talk somebody into something that they may have never thought of until you came knocking on their door. That's a really difficult sell versus somebody who walks into a car dealership. You know they're in the market to buy a car. That to me is, those are laydowns, right? It's like, hey, you already have an interest. So it's really just teaching these proven principles that will work for anybody who's willing to do it exactly how they're coached to do.
Now, what's the biggest challenge do you see that the industry faces, and how are you preparing your clients to tackle those challenges?
Great question. So the biggest challenge, especially in home services, is knowing what to do and how to do it. Like you've got some of the old school, the pest control, the alarms, you've got solar now that's made a big push in door to door. And how in the world am I going to get a team? Well, that's what I teach. It's like how to recruit them and hire them, but how to make sure they're successful on the door. So that's probably the biggest hurdle is just the know-how. And then the second one is how do I make sure I preserve the reputation of my company when I have all these door-to-door reps going out? And that's where the integrity thing comes into me. It's teaching reps how to sell with integrity, how to preserve the, all the effort and money you put into your online reputation and everything else. It's like, how do we make sure you keep that and incorporate a door-to-door team, which is like gas on the fire for sales. Everybody who knows door-to-door knows that companies can grow super quick. They can be super condensed as far as geographical areas with door to door. So it's a great opportunity. It's just making sure people know how to do it and do it the right way.
That's cool. So how do you see this field evolving over the next 5 to 10 years? And a question that viewers always have is, what about AI? How's that impacted?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess everything can be replaced by AI eventually. I mean, maybe you can build robots to go knock on doors and do the sales pitch. So I don't know. Anything's possible, right? But I look at the industry right now and what I'm seeing, I do free consultation calls. Anybody that wants to book one, they just go to my website, they book a free call. I talk with them for 15 minutes. And I'll tell them if I think door-to-door is viable or not. In fact, I had somebody call in last week with a rock chip repair company, wanted to do door-to-door residential. And I said, that makes no sense to me. Why? That's like a needle in a haystack, right? Like, how are you going to know if somebody needs a rock chip repair or windshield replaced? Now, if he was coupling that business with maybe car detailing or mobile oil changes, that might have some traction. But I think there's not every industry makes sense to do door-to-door, but I think so many more are. Like I said, 33 home service verticals that I've coached in the last 10 years, and it's things that I never would have thought. I mean, I've partnered with companies that do roof restoration or garage doors, obviously the Pest, the solar, the alarms, some of the standard ones, gutters. I mean, all of these companies are now getting into knocking on doors because they see the benefit of that kind of marketing effort.
Yeah, great. So let's change things up a little bit. I want our viewers to get a chance to know you a little bit more personally. So I'm going to ask you just fire off questions and just first thing that comes to mind, I guess. All right. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Coffee or tea?
I don't drink either. That's
All right.
easy.
So
Water.
what's your drink of choice? Water? All right.
Water. Yeah, I drink a lot of water.
So you're fit. Cats or
Right.
dogs?
If I had to choose, we don't have pets. I grew up with dogs. My dad was a canine police officer, so I would pick dogs over cats any day of the week.
Oh, that's awesome. Favorite quote or phrase that you think about often?
Oh, wow. Favorite quote or phrase? One that's come to mind to me recently is a C.S. Lewis quote that, integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. And so I think about that a lot in terms of how I train people and what I'm all about in terms of doing sales the right way.
Yeah. One of my top quotes, by the way, of all times. So
Very cool. Love it.
favorite movie or streaming series?
So here's the thing about movies with me. I like to watch movies so I can fall asleep. They just relax me. My wife will tell you that the only movies I don't fall asleep for are rom-coms, romantic comedies. For whatever reason, those ones keep me awake and I'm interested in. So things like The Proposal or Crazy Rich Asians, I don't know, stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I'll at least stay awake for those.
That's great. Favorite book? Not one of your own, by the way. Favorite
Yeah.
besides your own.
Yeah, besides my own. No, there are so many great books out there. Rejection Proof is one that I reread. The E-Myth, of course. The Ultimate Sales Machine. I try to read at least a book a month or listen to one on Audible. And it depends on the mood I'm in. and Who Not How, I think is what I'm in the middle of right now. So there's so many good books out there. I didn't really start reading books until after I'd written my second book, which I'm a little ashamed to say, but that was 2021 when that one was released. So for the last 4 years, 5 years, I've just been consuming as much material as I can, realizing how far behind I probably am to where I could be if I would have started reading a little bit earlier.
Yeah, reading books is very beneficial. So
Yep.
beneficial, So last question, two-part question. One bucket list item that you've already accomplished and one bucket list item that you have not yet accomplished.
Oh, Ron, I just don't make lists. So I'm a family guy. I've got 5 kids, and my
Oh,
bucket list literally every day is just making sure I'm taking care of my family. My kids are healthy and well and are progressing in life and trying to advance. Same thing. I've been married for 27 years. We've got 4 kids that are older, a 22, a 20, an 18, and a 16-year-old. And then we had a surprise baby, a 3-year-old. So the reason I don't make bucket lists is because sometimes, you get thrown a curveball in life, and what a blessing she is for us, and we wouldn't trade her for the world. But yeah, I just don't try to plan too many things and do too many lists, because I'm just more focused on the tasks at hand, whether it's business related, family related, church related. I mean, I'm very involved in all of those things.
yeah, that's great. That's awesome. So the most important question, if any of our viewers want to get in touch with you and collaborate with you, what's the best way to do that?
Probably my website is the best, lennygray.com. But my email address, lenny at d2dmillionaire.com, is a great way. I'm on all the social media platforms as well. I do a ton of free stuff. That's really, I know, Ron, we share that. I
Yeah.
put out so much free stuff. I've got an app out there that's free. It's called Ask Lenny. It's specifically for door-to-door sales reps. Again, the books are pretty low cost. I do newsletters that are free, social media, YouTube channel, D2D Millionaire. That's all free stuff. I try to put out as much free stuff as I can because, again, I want to elevate the sales industry, door-to-door in particular, but anything in direct sales.
Awesome. So just to repeat, Lenny Gray. So it's LENNYGRAY.com.
Yep, you got it.
Perfect. Yeah, I wanted people to get the spelling right so they can find it. All right, cool. Lenny, it's been great having you. Thank you for your insights. It's an interesting business and I'm sure a lot of people could benefit from it. Thank you for your time and everything you had to say today.
Yeah, thanks, Ron. Best of luck.
All right, Lenny. Thank you.